Dad, what's wrong?
Dude, watch out, it's a mouse.
Oh yeah, don't worry, that's just Mappy.
Mappy?
Okay, remember how we were robbed last week?
Yeah?
See, he's just bringing our stuff back. And apparently the Mona Lisa.
Welcome to Mike's Gaming Gala. I'm Mike, and this week we're looking at Mappy for the Atari 2600, published by Champ Games. Mappy comes in a professionally printed box, with a manual, mini poster showing off the box art, and of course, a new injection molded cartridge. Starting the year with something from Champ Games, so we know it's going to be good, but how good? Let's see. After the splash screen, we have a title screen where our only option is to select our difficulty level between Novice, Standard, and Advanced. Pressing the button to start, you get a little cutscene before getting into the game. Those of you who spent some time at the arcades in the 80s will instantly recognize this as a port of the Namco arcade game of the same name. You play as the titular Mappy, a police mouse ransacking the mansion of some cat burglars in order to retrieve stolen goods such as radios, televisions, and computers, among other items. At the top of the screen is your score, and below the playfield, on the left, you have your remaining lives, and on the right, it tells you what level you're on. Of course, the cat burglars aren't just going to allow you to do this uninterrupted. With them being cats, and you being a mouse, any encounter is going to be heavily in their favor. Crossing with a cat is going to cost you a life, but as you run around evading them, there are of course a few things around to help you. First are the trampolines. They take a little bit of time to get used to, but they break up the mansion and they provide you a chance to change which floor you're on. While you're on these trampolines, you have the added bonus of being immune to cats, so sometimes you can use them to take a little break from the craziness and get your bearings. That said, you can't bounce on them forever. Every time you jump on one, it will change color from green, to blue, to yellow, to red. If you try and jump on it when it's red, you'll fall through. So yeah, jump off before that. They reset after you leave them. Your second saving grace are the doors. You can open and close doors by pressing the button, and they can help to protect you by blocking off certain areas from cats moving through. Doors open in the direction of the doorknob, and they can knock you around in the same way that they knock the cats. Some of the doors are flashing. These ones, when you open them, fire a shockwave in the direction that they open that will send any cats in its way flying out of the mansion. They're not permanently gone, they come back after a few seconds through the attic, but this can buy you some much needed relief when being chased, as well as scoring you some bonus points. Cats are unable to open the flashing doors. Like I said earlier, the goal in Mappy is to collect all the contraband in the mansion, and those items come in pairs. Each level has 10 items that need retrieving, 2 each of radios, televisions, computers, paintings, and safes. When you pick up any of these, its pair in the maze will start flashing. If you can get its pair before grabbing a different item, you'll increase your bonus multiplier all the way up to 6 times if you can collect all the contraband in pairs. One other thing to mention is that the cats have a leader, Goro. He's the reddish-orange cat. Sometimes he'll hide behind one of the items. If you can grab it while he's there, you'll capture him and get big points. That said, this is very dangerous because if he pops out before you get there, he'll get you instead. In addition to the mansion stages are bonus stages. Here, the only thing you're fighting against is the clock. The goal is to pop as many balloons as possible before the timer runs out. Remember to watch that you don't fall through the trampolines. And also, if you're running out of time, make sure you get to the blue Goro balloon at the end of the stage, as it's worth 2,000 points, while the red balloons are only worth 200. In later levels, you'll find bells at the top of some of the trampolines. Hitting one drops it and stuns any cats that it hits on the way down. Even later, there are trapdoors that you can run over to drop cats behind you. Unfortunately, I didn't make it that far when I was recording, but according to the manual anyway, they're there. If you spend too much time in a single level, a warning "hurry up" will appear. 2 more cats enter the fray, and all the cats will pursue you more aggressively. If you stick around even longer, the Gozenzo coin will enter the mansion and chase you. Unlike the cats though, this coin can open the flashing doors and even catch you mid-air. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about the differences between the 3 difficulty levels. In Novice, you start with 5 lives. There are only 3 cats, and they move slower. Goro hides behind loot longer, and you have more time in both the levels and the bonus stages. In Standard difficulty, you start with 4 lives, and there's an extra cat that you have to contend with. Advanced mode is where things get really challenging. You still start with the 4 lives, but now there are 5 cats, and they are relentless. You also have less time in the levels and the bonus stages, but that's not all. In later levels, while playing in advanced mode, some doors are replaced with walls, and other doors can reverse direction when you close them, forcing you to be very careful with how you navigate the level. In addition to this, trampolines may not completely repair after you jump on them, giving you less time to consider your next move. Last but not least, bonus stages will have invisible walls, only appearing briefly when you bounce off a trampoline. No matter what difficulty level you choose, play until you lose all your lives, and if you achieved a high score that warrants it, you can enter your name on the high score list. And that's Mappy for the Atari 2600. So what did I think? Well, like I said at the start of the video, being by Champ Games, we assume it's good. And it certainly is. Unlike most of their more recent releases, there's no challenge mode here. And you know I love me a good challenge mode. But as it is, Mappy is a wonderful port of the arcade and definitely fun on any difficulty level. It provides fast-paced action with great graphics that keeps you coming back again and again. Like with every other Champ game I've reviewed, this one comes highly recommended. Thank you for watching my video, I hope you liked it, and thank you so much to my channel members. I appreciate your support so much. As always, my contact info is in the description, and we'll see you next time on Mike's Gaming Gala.